Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic. I'm very excited because I went out and checked out whether the thing that I was kind of teasing for all this time was working, and it was. And I'm happy about that because I had problems with that when I didn't have the game on Steam. So we're gonna go do that actually. We still have Yavin to eventually visit. But this day is not that day. We're gonna go to Korban and see what's gonna happen there. And I can tell you what's gonna happen there is there's gonna be a guy who's immediately gonna bother us and make the whole endeavor take up more time. Oh well. Come travel this time. Last time when I went out and checked whether everything is working. Oh look, there's still Bastla's thing in the seat. She's not. She doesn't anymore. Not for now. And we had a little bit of a fight in space. Fortunately this time we avoided that, so that's less time wasted. At least there's that. We've wasted enough time already. Trust me on that. Right, so very quickly we now have to just pick anyone because I'm pretty sure it won't matter anyway. And we won't be leveling them up because of that either, so might as well pick Canderous because he is evil after all, apparently. On the dark side at least. So, with this, first off, the guy. Just getting spawned in. He wasn't even standing over there. Greetings, human. A word, if I may. It concerns the Dark Lord of the Sith. You mean Malak? I am the Dark Lord of the Sith. Who are you? I don't have time for this. Oh hey, you can hear lightning strike being used. Well, lightning bolt. One of the electric force powers being used on the hopefuls, a bug, and there's nothing going on in there. So anyway, yeah, this happens specifically because Bastila is gone, and it happens if we come to Korban now. Technically, we're supposed to visit Korban last, but hardly matters. So when the dude, if you can come back here at any point, you can come back to any planet at any point and have things happen to you according to the story events. So, you mean Malak, I am the Dark Lord of the Sith, who are you? I don't have time for this. We're gonna go through this, because it's not that big of a deal. We're not gonna give away that we are Revan incarnate, or just Revan. So, we're gonna play dumb just a little bit. You mean Malak? No, human, I mean the true Lord of the Sith. I am speaking of Darth Revan, of you. How do you know who I am? Who are you? If you tell anyone who I am, I'll kill you. I'm not Revan anymore. Now, I don't want to deny who I am. It will be known soon enough, so if he'll tell anyone, first off, no one will believe him, and second, they'll believe him eventually. Who are you? We'll get to that, but what's more important now is, how do you know who I am? Listen to me, and all will be made clear. My name is Ziagrom. I am a businessman. I and my partner deal in rare items of extraordinary value and power. You're with the exchange! No, we're not. We are independent operators, though often our transactions involve those who represent the exchange. Traditionally, we have always done business with the owner of the Ebon Hawk, David Kang most recently, Ahita Othar before him, Furi Haxa before her, but we were reluctant to approach you. You had no ties to the exchange, which was a problem. Even worse, you were a Jedi, not the sort of person we normally associate with. Get to the point, how do you know my true identity? So why are you approaching me now? Yeah, we're still more interested how he figured this out. Get to the point, how do you know my true identity? There were reports of the Ebon Hawk traveling to many different planets. We wanted to know what you were up to. At your last port, I placed a small tracking device on your ship. That's annoying because we had no info about that, and we couldn't do anything about it. The tracking device reported back to us that you had been captured by the Leviathan. Once we had that information, we began digging into our sources within the Sith fleet. That doesn't really make much sense, cause you were in deep space and then Leviathan came over and captured you, so you were still on the move. If you were out of hyperspace and Leviathan was going on, I don't think that would make a blip. Most definitely it wouldn't make a blip that the Leviathan captured you. Whatever might have happened to you, it's not necessarily that the Leviathan was involved, that's one thing. And second, I would expect a ship as big as Leviathan would have some sort of a way to block connection or transmission coming from the Ebon Hawk, so he would the signal would disappear rather than tell you that it was the Leviathan that caught you. Right. Sources? What sources? There are millions of soldiers in the Sith fleet. Surely you aren't surprised that some of them will sell informations? Even high-ranking officers aren't immune to the lure of easy credits. Your escapades on the Leviathan created quite a stir in the Sith fleet. Of course, Malak tried to suppress the truth about your identity. There were more than a few summary executions. But even if security footage is destroyed and witnesses silenced, some bits of information always slip through. Spend enough credits to gather the tiny pieces and the puzzle becomes clear. We know what happened on the Leviathan. At least we know enough. You are Darth Revan, and you are going to kill Malak for daring to claim dominion over the Sith. And good enough reason for me. What he said, things destroyed. If Malak was planning on confronting us and talking to us about who we really are, it was in his best interest to actually first disable the recording devices, disable them first. The monitoring or closed circuit TV on the ship, that's one thing. And second, everyone else who would possibly know about us being Revan has been killed. Everyone on the bridge, Sol Karath, I don't think Sol Karath told anyone other than Malak. And the soldier in the interrogation room when we were interrogated with Bastel and Koth, they are either dead or one way or another didn't witness him saying anything about our true identity. So, kind of a stretch. There's some plausible, explanations how it could have happened, but it's far from actually proving that it had happened. So, kind of a stretch, and then the dude appears and, oh, you're Darth Revan, we've got some cool shit to sell, and we think you could first of use it and second afford it. So, how does this involve you? You're wrong, I'm not in this for revenge. How does this involve you? My partner and I deal in very rare and powerful items. Weapons, armor, things you could use in your battles against Malak and the Sith. And you're just going to give these items to me? I don't carry these items with me, of course. They're with my partner. But they're yours if you got the credits to buy them. We do want to make profit on this, after all. Just go to the cantina here in Dresde. There's a Rhodian there named Mika Dorin. Tell Mika that Zyagrum sent you to look at their premium items. I'll go check it out. Mika already knows to expect you. Like I said, just tell him you want to look at the premium items. I guess my work here is done. Goodbye, Revan. And once Malak is beaten, don't forget who helped you to victory. As the Catholics say, get them while they're young. So now he'll probably just disappear. But yeah, we're pretty much in the middle of the episode now, and this motherfucker just wasted our time. So yeah, there's that. And there it goes, just disappearing. Getting despawned because we can't bother. Yeah, what Mika is the guy, the bartender, in the place where, fucking, what was her name? Euthura Ban was stationed. Even though we killed her. But yeah, in that bar. And that exists. But she's gone. She'll be gone when we appear. That's one thing. And now he'll be able to sell us some things. What he's selling are items that are kind of useful, I guess. But nothing really special. The most special things are on Yavin, actually. And we'll get there eventually, perhaps. So, this is the guy over here that we wanna talk with. He already knows, look. And this is the guy that we were told to talk to, so... Sentient! You look the capable sort, and I have a great need of some help. Please, speak with me. This is kind of interesting as well, because this is leading into what's the big surprise here that I've been teasing. It's interesting because pretty much right away you know whether it works or not. If you enter here, he will tell you that he's got a quest for you. So why wouldn't you want to play a side quest? And with that, I'm actually gonna pretty much nail the final nail in the coffin to the whole idea of not giving a fuck and not doing any side quests. Because this is a massive side quest that I am gonna do because I like it, and I think it's a lot of content. For the game, it's a lot of things to play, if you're interested, so I feel like it's not a canonical inclusion, but it's worth inclusion when it comes to just playing the game, so we're gonna go through that. That's one thing. Second, oh, he's getting nervous. And third, Mika. Welcome again, Sentient. It is always a pleasure to serve the owner of the Ebon Hawk. It reminds me of old times. Is there something you are needing now? And yeah, also everyone here is talking about Ebon Hawk, so it kind of makes sense that the Twi'lek will come over and tell you, hey, we dealt with this, so we kept an eye on who's owning Ebon Hawk right now. Zyagrum says you sell special items. Yes, to the right buyer. Traditionally, the owner of the Ebon Hawk has been the contact for all my transactions, but in the past, the owner was always affiliated with the exchange. That was why Zyagrum did not approach you earlier. We had no idea who you were or if we wanted to do business with you. Of course, that has all changed now, Lord Revan. Yes, finally some recognition, my lord. I'm glad you've seen the light. I'm glad you've seen the light. I'm not who you think, again, denying your true identity. We're not doing that. I'm quite pleased with being Revan. And you should be as well. He's been built up to be quite a guy, even regardless if you decide to be evil or not. And what kind of things do you have for sale? I'm glad you've seen the light. The light? A fine jest, though it contains a crystal of truth. We have allied with you in this conflict, and we trust you will remember us once victory is yours, Revan. Perhaps, I mean, that's not out of the question, especially when, once we are done with the conflict. We could be pulling strings to get ourselves supplied. Although how much supplies will we need from independent contractors once we control the entire Sith Empire? Can't tell. What kinds of things would you have for sale? Your motives seem very self-serving. I'm not who you think I am. Yeah, obviously he's a businessman. We can just not give him any sales and not give him any exposure dollars for all this either, right? So no need to go into this. What kinds of things do you have for sale? Yes, let's get right to business. I carry only the rarest of items. Expensive, yes, but worth every credit. Weapons, armor, equipment. I carry a little of everything. The previous owners of the Ebon Hawk would often resell the items they purchased, but in your case I imagine you might find more than a few of them quite useful against your old apprentice. Right, so if they're reselling it, why would you bother selling it in the first place? Isn't that bad business for you? If you can sell them for a higher price anyway, if the exchange has a buyer, why don't you? That's kind of strange, actually. We're not gonna go into the previous Ebon Hawk owners, because I'm pretty sure we already went over that in the original walkthrough of Korban. Let me see your premium items. Yes, of course, I'm sure you'll find my selection to be very interesting. So, we've got life support pack, we've got a bunch of things that I'm not gonna be buying. We've got Pazak cards, only one in stock though, improvements for your blasters. I was debating whether I should be calling them firearms, but they're not really. Some cool implants. Things are pretty good. Dexterity +4, things like that. We could be buying them if we had more money, but I don't, and I'm still sticking with the thing of just using what you find. Especially since we weren't doing side quests, since we don't have the money to for that. Some armors, heavy, light, they probably restrict your use of force powers anyway, so I wouldn't be buying them either. Maybe to equip your party, but then again, you're all the party that's required. So if you really want to spend money here, if you've got side quests done, and you're looking to actually compare what you're finding with what you can buy, I guess there are some unique and pretty strong items here. So that's that. Journal, that'll be in completed section. Premium merchant. Have been told by Ziagram that there is a special merchant on Korban in the cantina in Dresde. Talk to the button Mika Doran and he will let you see the premium goods he has for sale. So I don't really understand why they're still trying to sell you some heavy armor meant for warriors instead of things for Jedi, actually, especially on Korban, where Dark Jedi, Sith, Dark Side of the Force is strong and would see people interested. What's the word in economics? People interested in buying things specific to their set of skills. So, our contact now is Drix Keleut, which is backwards Twi'lek, and I don't know what Xirt backwards is, so... so there's that. Well... hit save and let's do the big deal. Drix. I am grateful, Sentient. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Drix Keleut, a crew member on the trading ship named the Orion. Oh, and there will be a few things here. First off, they won't be using human language, common, which is English, because that would require people to have good equipment to record that and good acting to record that as well, if they want to be professional. So there'll be a lot of alien speech and mostly Twi'lek, which is Huttese, because Huttese is pretty popular as well. It's like Undercommon, right? Criminal, kind of evil. Yeah, D&D influences, right? I'm sure George Lucas was concerned with that when he was making Star Wars. So I'm Torek, pleased to meet you. Spare me the formalities, Rodian. What do you want from me? I'll be going. Oh, and an important thing as well. You'll see him, and I guess pretty much all the characters, since it's front-loaded like that, already. They'll be having long sentences, which will lead to the frame or the shot being held for a long time. So this is not how it works in the original, in the base game, where they So yeah, this is a mod, by the way. This is a mod in a base game where they say one or two sentences, and then if they've got something more to say, the camera cuts to a different shot, so it's not that static, and they keep on talking. So let's see. Spare me the formalities, Rodian. What do you want from me? I am in need of your help. I'm currently in a business negotiation with... And this is weird. He interrupts himself so that we can interject. So we can ask so we can interrupt the answer to ask the question, which is bad form, really. He would have told us if you didn't make the cut here. I am not here to run errands for you, Rodian. Please continue, I'll be going. Especially if you'll choose please continue. But you can always opt out of the quest, I'll be going. Right, and also, I don't know, maybe it makes just a little bit sense if you do want to interrupt, but you wouldn't know, right? It was never an option. So how many times would you decide that a character should be cut off in the middle of what they're saying, just so you've got the option to interject at any point, really, or at least a few points. I'm not here to run errands for you, Rodian. With an organization called the Exchange. I'm sure you've heard of them, yes? Smugglers, murderers, mercenaries. The Exchange are scum. My kind of organization. And then opt out. Really, they wanted to kill us. But then again, we're not that against, at least I'm not that against smuggling, mercenary work. And maybe against murders, but 2 out of 3 is my kind of organization. The Exchange are a band of ruthless animals who care for nothing except their own selfish desires. Exactly, the Exchange are my kind of organization. I was scheduled to represent the Orion in a meeting with one of the Exchange's newest and most ruthless of members, Damon Drexel, a man who himself was once the Orion's captain. The purpose of the meeting was to discuss the delivery of a certain merchandise that Damon Drexel, whilst as captain, had promised to deliver to his allies in the Exchange as a token of his gratitude. The Orion's new captain has now decided it would be no longer appropriate of us to deliver that merchandise. So see how long of a line he had? You could have split it in two and maybe select 2 longer audio clips from Rodian's speech to let the players read it in its entirety easily. Also, that might have been also a balance between them actually speaking instead of then having way longer audio files to voice a shorter sentence. So why do you need me and what is this merchandise? What exactly is? Oh right, so again, this is a mod and we are doing side quests, so I'm gonna be inquisitive as well to show off things. What exactly is this merchandise? The merchandise is an item of great importance. Beyond that, I cannot say more. Why do you need me? Damon Drexel fully expects that we will conform to his demands and relinquish him the merchandise. When he learns that we have decided against that, he will not be pleased. This is why we need someone to take my place and weather the consequences of his anger. Someone like you. So, the deal here is the dude needs a scapegoat to pretty much get shot instead of him. What exactly is there in this for us? Is that the right sentence? What is there for us in this deal? Where will this meeting take place? The meeting was arranged to take place on the Outer Rim world of Tatooine. There you will be safe from the prying eyes of Republic or the Sith. Very well, I'll meet with this Damon Drexel and then return with his response. I don't work for free, right? So of course we're going with I don't work for free, Rodian. Yes, a reward will await you on your return. Thank you for your help, Turek. And yes, the big deal here is it's smart for him to pay you after the job, but it's not smart for you to take the money before the job, because you're technically going there to be shot, weather his anger. I mean, if you're so confident that it's just anger to be weathered and not blast a fire, then you should be able to go there yourself. So, Demon Drexel. Let's look at the. No. Quest. A favor from Rodian. You have met a Rodian named Drix Keleut, a crew member of the trading ship named the Orion. If it's named the Orion, they should be capitalized as well, and have agreed to represent him in a meeting with one of the exchange's newest and most ruthless of members, Daemon Drexel. As Drix Keleut's representative, you are expected to meet with Daemon Drexel on Tatooine, and then inform him that the Orion no longer wishes to deliver him an item only referred to, that's a wrong spelling, that's the wrong to word, as the merchandise. So we're going to Tatooine, and this is pretty much it. This is the start of a new adventure in Knights of the Old Republic. For me, for you as well, possibly. So next time we're gonna see each other on Tatooine, most likely. Probably gonna have a flight there right away, so that will go faster. And I won't have to worry about the cutscene, so I'll be able to... Well, but then again, we're probably gonna be jumping between planets as well, so I'm already screwing myself over with how I'm recording this. So, let's take a hike again and see each other on Tatooine. And if you've watched this far, I'd like to say thanks for watching, thanks for sticking by, hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully we will see each other in something I play for you for free. In the meantime, of course, interact with this video and every other video on my channel, preferably by watching and by sharing it with everyone else. Subscribe to the channel, and if you don't like the content, it's entirely your fault. And luck would have it that we're now chased by the Sith again. It wouldn't be a problem if we were still on Manaan, doing our main quest, as we should have, instead of flying back and forth. I think now the chance of us being attacked is higher, because Malak knows what's at stake. But I'm not really sure. Get him, for fuck's shit. The previous random encounter I had in space went way better, and now it's all back to flailing around. Where's the ship? Can't see it. It was underneath the ship, probably. And now it's too far to accurately aim at it. Too much leading. We have no... oh, there it is. No lead vertical. At least the Old Republic gets it right. And once again we're on the summer planet, so once again as well, thanks, see you next time.